Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. Planned revolution march against federal government is treasonable. Igp Adamu warns. The Nigerian police force, in a statement through its spokesperson, Frank Uba, on Saturday, August 3rd, said the group had been inciting Nigerians via a video circulating on the social media to join a planned revolution march against the federal government scheduled for Monday, August 5th. Mba described the planned march as an attempt to force a regime change in the country and noted that such an action amounted to treasonable felony and acts of terrorism. The police spokesperson said security officials will not stand idly by and watch an individual or group in the society cause anarchy in the country. While acknowledging the rights of Nigerians to embark on protest, the force wishes to note that such rights should not translate to a violent and forceful change of government, which clearly is the meaning of revolution, he said. Needless to state that Nigeria is a democratic republic and has well-defined process for change of government exercised periodically during various cycles of elections. The police warned the organizers, sponsors and supporters of the group to desist from the planned demonstration as it would apply the full wrath of the law any individual or group engaged or found participating in the above protest. The force therefore warns the organizers, sponsors, allies, supporters, associates, and sympathizers of the group Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria to, in their own interest, steer clear of any such planned protest, demonstration, acts of incitement, and proposed revolution, as the full wrath of the Lord will be brought to bear on any individual or group engaged or found participating in the above planned criminal acts, the police noted. Mba also urged parents and guardians to ensure that their children and wards are not to allowed to be used in causing breach of law and order in the country. Wow, this is really serious. So they are talking of protest, they are talking of a revolution. I don't know which they are really, hanging all of this onto. Now they are saying they know that Nigeria is a democratic government or system. So why are you not telling people not to protest? Why are you jittering? Why are you afraid of people, trying to say their mind concerning what is happening in the country? We all could remember what happened when they were talking about this fuel subsidy that it has to be removed. That was what a PDP and Jonathan administration were saying then, that they needed to remove this fuel subsidy that is really, there's corruption in it that is not really favoring the masses and the country. Everybody came all out. Now, no, Jonathan must not remove fuel subsidy, this and this and this and that. And everybody, they met at Ojota. It was, it was a big thing. Let me just say celebration, because at the end of the day, they turned it to celebration. And police were there, they were looking at them, and they gave information that there was going to be protest. And no government, nobody arrested anybody. But at the end of the day, the whole thing, lasted for almost 1 week. When everybody was satisfied, at the end of the day, the government of the day had to okay, this is just what people wanted, and they aligned with them. Okay, we are not going to remove the fuel subsidy, because they had to send a strong message. But at the end of the day, we still found out that it was, the masses were being fooled in believing that, removing that subsidy, is going to create a lot of hardship on the people. But at the end of the day, the same people opposition who are now the government these days, they are the one who were saying anybody telling you that they were paying fuel subsidy, that it's a scam. Fortunately, unfortunately, we found out that now they are in government, they are paying times 3 of what they were castigating good luck for then. Now they are calling it premium. They try to use English. The same Keyamu that came to national TV on channels, he said it's premium. It's not. It's not. It's not. They know they don't longer pay. No longer pay subsidy. But even the vice president came. He said that they need to really remove this subsidy. And recently, Omo Agege has said that the fuel subsidy must be removed. I'm trying to digress, but I'm just trying to lay that foundation, because everybody came out. It was really a big thing. The protest was a big thing, and nobody arrested anybody. The same people who are governing now, we know the kind of statements they were making then. Nobody arrested them. They were free to say whatever they wanted to say. I don't know when it has become a crime to go for protest. And that's why you see that a lot of people don't really want to come out now. The likes of Deji Adeyanju, we all know what happened to him. He was there in their custody for how many months? Nobody even came out to say, okay, let's free this guy. Let this guy be freed. Nothing. Charlie Boy, the same thing. At the end of the day, we don't even know what really end up his own saga. Everything is just, shredded in secrecy. We don't want to talk about that one. We know how he was coming out with the idea. At the end of the day, people that were supposed to support them, they were even laughing at them. When Charlie Boy was tear gas, everybody was laughing at him. That who sent him? The people that you are trying to speak for, they were like, who sent you? But at the end of the day, maybe the guy got fed that, it's like he was alone in that thing. And that was why, what we heard, whether it happened or not. So that's aside. But what we are saying is that since this government, came on board, nobody has ever gone for any protest that, before you know it, they will just look for something to destabilize the whole thing. Just this protest that's supposed to go on Monday or come up on Monday is being on. People have been hearing about it over a week now. They never said anything. All of a sudden today, 2 days to the very day, they brought us something. Now they are saying protest is an act of terrorism. And I've never heard when a Sowore said they are going to unseat the government. They are going to change government. I see no reason why he would do that, because I know he's knowledgeable. He knows being a journalist too. He knows the implication of some words. So if people are saying, let us come out and protest, let us come out and tell, let us make a statement, so that if all this talk here and there, maybe government, maybe they've not heard. So when we come together, they will know that we are serious. The same thing they did for that fuel subsidy. So we don't even know where we are going. Now police can just come out and say the full wrath of the law will be descended upon everybody or any group that wants to gather themselves concerning that protest on Monday. Now they are telling parents to warn their children or their wards not to embark on this thing. You are threatening people. The best thing that would have happened is that, okay, let people, make sure you go and say whatever you want to say to the government, but make sure that you are doing it, or you're going to do it in a peaceful manner, peaceful protest. And that is what has been. I think it has gone beyond, when people will now come out and start destroying things, because everybody now knows that we are not doing, it's not going to do anybody any good when you start destroying, because at the end of the day, it is still the taxpayers' money that they will use in repairing all of those. And I'm sure the organizers of this protest, they are well informed and they are well educated. There was no way to have, gone violence. So why are these people, why are they afraid? Why are they jittering? The other time they were trying to look for a way to, to clap down this issue of social media. Not until when people say, no, it's not going to be possible. If not, if they had their way, they would have made sure that nobody will be communicating online. Now, Esme are doing their own. Police, they've not made a categorical statement that they are going to deal with people that are committing this crime. It's been over how many years? We know it's been happening before, but it's, the intensive at which they have been operating, has gone higher. And police has never made categorical statements. A lot of incidents that people have reported to them, they've never taken any action. You could see the waste behind the statements they are making. First and foremost, they've called it, act of terrorism, a protest, and secondly, that the full wrath of the Lord will be descended upon any group or anybody, individual, even the sympathizers or supporters of this group. Now, the third one is that they are calling on parents to warn their children not to embark on this thing. So How do we express ourselves? What police needs to be doing is to say, come as, in your number, but make sure you maintain peace and order and law and order. Is it too much for police to have said? Now they don't just want anybody to come out. You can imagine this whole thing, this whole scenario when people are saying, this is an anarchy or a tyranny. People like, don't say that. It's not so. It's not supposed to be so. Well, anywhere in Nigeria we end, we all be there. We all bear the burden. Even the police that are talking, it's not as if they are even living a very appreciable life that you can think of. Go and see their what is it called, their barracks. See how much do they pay them. Even the police that is even talking, honestly, the unqualified are the ones ruling the qualified, and the qualified, they've become mere people. They don't even have say. See the police barracks, see their children, see their way of life. It's not as if the whole thing is favoring them themselves, but well, maybe that's what they have signed for, to make sure that there is peace and order. But meanwhile, S-men have been doing their own thing. Nobody has said anything. Nobody has been brought to book. The wrath of the law has not really descended upon those ones. There is God, just like one woman said, in everything we are doing there is God. So guys, I would like to hear your opinion concerning what the IGP has said. Thank you very much for always listening. I appreciate you. Bye.